I'll have 2 honey ales, please. One for me and one for the lady, if you can call her that.
Coming right up.
How you doing?
Fucking Draugr looking son of a bitch.
Nancy? Nancy Pelosi?
Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp.
You're a handyman. You got the tools.
All right. Happy Friday, everyone. I didn't even mean for this to happen intentionally, but this episode is pretty much based around AI and memes. But of course, we got to start off with drag queens because that's always fertile ground for for just great content. I mean, obviously. How's everyone doing? I don't know if we got anybody in the chat. Yeah, I guess we got a few people. Yep. Sadly, that is true. Hey, Neil, what's up, brother? Yeah, the Alex Jones trial is stupid. But man, he is public enemy number 1, so everything around him is always always stupid. Man, they can't stand that guy. And of course, you know how the real world works is that I probably would have never even seen him if they hadn't gone after him so hard. But here we are. Now I think Alex Jones is a national treasure. So it had the opposite effect. So first up, I'm sure by now most of you have seen this clip, but it's still worth watching because it's hilarious. AOC on the RuPaul's Drag Race talking about how drag queens are the most the real patriots. They're the real patriots. They're the ones really. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, if you haven't seen this, it's pretty funny. And I do think this is from like a year ago or a year or two ago, but for some reason it started going viral recently. I mean, obviously I didn't see it when it aired, as I assume most of you didn't either. I feel like my viewer demographic doesn't exactly cross over with the people who watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Or people who even still have cable. All right, here we go. AOC explaining how the drag queens, they're the real patriots.
The people who change what people think are artists and drag queens. And let's not forget who threw that first brick at Stonewall.
Yes.
You know, that is what led to us passing the Equality Act in the House in this term, marriage equality. It starts with you. I mean, you're patriots. You are.
I can't believe anybody watches TV, like, voluntarily. I remember when all those little sound effects, like that little symbol, and like all those things, they started doing that years ago. And now it's just on everything, and it's just god awful. How could anyone watch this seriously? I just don't understand it.
You are. You are patriots. And I'm so proud of you all. I'm so proud to live in this country with you and with your mother and with all of us as family.
Thank you, girl.
We love you.
It's priceless. Come on. This is the AOC. I said Alex Jones was a national treasure earlier. I was wrong. AOC is the national treasure. The gift that just keeps on giving. They also had Nancy Pelosi on there too recently. Man. RuPaul's Drag Race, that's where all the real political happenings, you know? That's where the real stuff's going down. If you're not watching that, you just have no idea what's going on in the country. That was just a fun little thing. This next thing that I have here, this really strange, and I haven't exactly been able to confirm where this even came from yet, but hey, we'll still watch it because I'm inclined to think that it's real because, I mean, it lines up perfectly with like all the World Economic Forum videos that I've made. This, supposedly this is from the Ukraine, and it's some kind of promotional video that the Ukraine put together. I don't know, but it talks about like a cashless society and AIs running courts, and yeah, it sounds like everything that the World Economic Forum wants. You know, you'll live in the pod. AIs will decide when you can go outside, what your job is. You don't. No one has money. All that fantastic stuff. But like I said, I haven't been able to find where this was originally posted. So I'm not exactly sure. This could be a troll. But it's just really hard to tell nowadays what's a troll and what's real, because I mean, you can't come up with anything more ridiculous than what Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum say on a daily basis. So it's actually really hard to tell. But all right, here we go. The Ukraine and I guess their vision for a better future. This is why we're sending them billions of dollars to help make this a reality.
"2030. The history of the new Ukraine is studied all over the globe. Why? Because Ukraine became the most digital and convenient country in the world."
That is some lofty goals. I'm not exactly sure that's going to pan out. Well, I guess if the World Economic Forum wants it to, then it will.
Scripts have replaced bureaucrats. 500,000 former public servants are successfully integrated in the new economy. No more red tape, but paperless. No more banknotes, but cashless. Yes, we became the first country to abandon paper money. Ukraine now has the best tax system for the IT industry and the most affordable e-residency.
Aren't they fighting the most important war in the world right now? Why? Who has time to make these videos? I guess you're not supposed to ask those questions, just like you're not supposed to ask, well, why does Zelensky and his wife have time to do an interview with Vogue? What? But yeah, paperless money, AIs making decisions. It's going to be great. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Freedom is super lame. And if there's one thing that we're doing in Ukraine is we're trying to get away from that. That's for sure.
Thanks to Ukrainian engineers and programmers, the R&D centers of the world's top technology companies operate successfully, and Ukraine ranks first in the world by the number of startups per capita. Ukrainian courts are guided by artificial intelligence, and all notarial acts take place online.
It's just bizarre that stuff like this can even exist. Like that someone would make this. You know what I mean? It's like no one has ever seen a science fiction movie. Like this stuff could only be planned and put together by people who genuinely believe that they're better and smarter than everyone else. And that they will not be subject to this AI. Because there's no way that you would voluntarily put your life over into the hands of an artificial intelligence. I mean, that's crazy. That's why this is supposed to be why we have science fiction. I don't understand how this could ever happen.
Ukrainian customs is fully automatic and the fastest in the world. Customs clearance and car registration can now be done in 3 clicks from your smartphone. Because of war and internal migration, we have built the most flexible and modern digital education. Brave military and civilians get quality treatment with modern remote monitoring and...
God, are you hearing the music in this? I mean, the music in this sounds like an AI dystopian movie. I mean, these are the sounds of the AI coming to get you. You're asleep in your bed and you start to hear this screeching coming from outside your window, and you look out there, and then there's the sentinels from the Matrix coming in to take you away.
e-health systems. Ukraine also has the most effective cyber defense in the world. After the horrors of 2022, Ukraine focused on security systems. Now every production facility has its air defense system, and the sleep of Ukrainians is protected by an ultra-modern Iron Dome.
It is strange that they do stuff like this. It's like that, I mean, the infamous World Economic Forum video about the, you'll own nothing and be happy, because I don't even have to come up with a conspiracy theory. You're just telling me right here. But if I bring it up, then it's like, oh, God, what a crazy man. And it's like, what? No. They're telling us right now what they're doing with all the money being sent to Ukraine. I mean, if I had said, without showing you this video, the Ukraine wants it, we're using the Ukraine and funneling all this money into Ukraine. The World Economic Forum is overseeing it. They've set this up in advance. They're using the aggression from Russia as an excuse to make Ukraine a model city that then they're going to implement the world over to try to put us in control, be controlled by AIs, and they're going to take away our money and all of our rights. You go, well, that sounds like some crazy shit. And you're like, no, I didn't make that up. They actually just made a promotional video about it. No, they just said that that's what they're going to do. Oh, well, okay then.
The Ukrainian government is digital, more like an IT company in terms of the efficiency of implementing decisions, and one can register a land plot, start construction, open a business or get a license, and register a car or real estate from a smartphone.
Sure, you can get a license, but can you get a life?
Automatically, in one click. Ukraine is the freest and digital. This is all because international partners and the world's leading technology companies supported the Digital for Freedom initiative.
We went from Ukraine being known as the place that had neo-Nazis and was our government's, money laundering scheme to now we're all supposed to accept and celebrate that. Oh, no, yeah, totally. Ukraine is, it's going to be the freest, best place in the world. And we should model ourselves after them. What could go wrong?
And united to help Ukraine recover through digitalization. Building a new Ukraine together. Free and the fastest. Brave and digital.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not buying it. But hey, maybe someone will dig it. I'm not a huge fan of this New World Order. I just don't understand how they can just be so blatant and just tell you that that's what they're doing, and somehow, like I said, if I said that's what they wanted to do, people would say I was nuts. But then when they hear the World Economic Forum say the exact thing that I said they were going to do, suddenly it's awesome. Suddenly, they wouldn't do that. That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. No one would do that. Hey, look, they're doing that. Isn't that awesome? Man, their control of the people, it really is impressive. You gotta respect it, honestly. Or be thrown in a gulag. You respect it or death. But it's all right. Don't worry. You're the crazy one. You're the conspiracy theorist. So next up, Pepe and meme magic. Man, I think that this is something that I think people missed when it came out, man. This documentary about Pepe and the alt-right and the power of meme magic. Dude, this stuff is hilarious. To see it presented in such a ridiculous way, where it's not ridiculous. Like, that's the point. Being it presented in like a legitimate documentary way is just hilarious. Here, I'll play the first part, and then we'll jump into it. But give you an idea of this. It's a documentary about this. I think it was called "You Can't Kill Meme." Have you heard of this? Well, here, watch this. This is like the opening of it. It's something else, man.
The fact that Keck chose you means something very significant. It means that perhaps Keck is expanding that influence into other spheres, which means that he isn't what, or she, or it, what one group is trying to make it out to be. It's bigger than that. And that's kind of something I've always known. This movement is bigger than just what people were saying. It isn't just about white men or the outright. There's something society is speaking. It wants changes, and it's not just going to use one group to do it. If you want me to be clear, and I don't want to be all weird, Keck noticed and answered. Now, what is Keck? I don't know. Could just be kind of a social metaphysical entity, and it saw and it said, "Do it."
Keck knows who I am.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, that terrible CGI Pepe. I love it. I hope you're ready for this. I hope you're geared up for this, because this is something else, man. This is, well, it's the power of Keck, obviously. I don't know. I've been around online for a long time, and I just thought all this stuff was hilarious, and it's just so funny to see it be taken so seriously. It's like when it's like the ACLU or the what was it? There's a couple different things where they designated Pepe as a official hate symbol of the alt-right and stuff. It's just hilarious. It's like the same thing, people losing their minds over the "It's okay to be white" posters that went up on college campuses because some people on 4chan thought it would be funny. And now that's like designated like an official phrase of the alt-right for some ridiculous reason. Oh, I gotta check. I always forget. I want to check this every single time I start a stream. Yep. They don't even wait anymore. They just demonetize me immediately. I've said Keck and Pepe too many times. Now it's demonetized. So, if you want to help me out with a super chat, I'd appreciate it, because YouTube won't even... I can't even do anything. As soon as the stream goes up, they're like, oh shit, he said Pepe like 4 times. Take it down now. Alright, I hope you're ready for this. This is going to be fun. I hope you want to learn about the origins of meme magic and Pepe and everything, because this is This is a game changer, man. Let's go back to where it all began.
Kirk Packwood wrote the book Mimetic Magic, Manipulation of the Root Social Matrix in 2004. Since he published his book, the ideas and images have gained traction on the various chans of the internet. Unbeknownst to him, the mimetic contagion tactics that Kirk described and defined seem to most appeal to an intersection of online chaos magicians and the alt-right.
I just can't get over the fact that this is like a legit documentary that someone made about Pepe. It's fantastic. What a world we live in.
The book has been credited by various online sources as their guidebook to using meme magic.
Was the book taken out of context? Not really. I mean...
Nice. Not really, no.
It was kind of like a prototype of what I was seeing in terms of changes in the world and what might happen in the future, particularly as technology continued to advance in the direction it was moving, and it's still moving in that direction. It's not like I thought it could be done, because this was 2004. I just thought in the future some people might be able to figure this out. And what I was really surprised was that a bunch of people figured it out.
I'm looking for, like, what is it? What the fuck is it? What is magic? What even is it? Nobody knows.
Look at this dude. You can already tell this is a guy who spends too much time on the computer. This wizard hoodie. And you can't see it because my head's blocking it, but he looks like he's got like Fruity Loops or something pulled up on his computer. Fantastic.
So what is it? So I keep looking, you know. Maybe it's memes. I mean...
Fantastic, man. This guy's like in his mid to late 40s and he dresses like this. Just so you know, if you're a memer out there, whenever I come across your meme, I assume you look like this. This is what I assume that you look like. Come on, you don't come across a Pepe meme and go, you know, I bet you this was probably a normal, well-adjusted person that made this. And actually, most of the time it is that, but you can't, it takes away from the mystique. It takes away from the mystery if it comes from a normal person.
That's the thing. I keep saying it because lately, if I make a meme, it happens.
While living in Los Angeles,
oh no, yeah, this
Billy
guy's
Bruto.
totally normal.
He was a YouTuber who was very active in the chaos magic community. I found him online, actually, while I was researching how the sigil work that is fundamental in chaos magic was key in the development of meme magic on 4chan and Facebook. Coincidentally, Billy was already familiar with
Dude, where does this guy get all this money? I mean, look at that. That stuff's expensive. All those awesome statues. The face paint probably isn't cheap either.
Kirk and his book. He frequently spoke of the importance of Kirk's book to the early meme magicians at the turn of the 21st century.
This can't become a thing. Did you hear the way she said that? The early meme magicians at the turn of the 21st century. I swear, if, you know, down the road, I have a kid and he brings home a history book and that's written somewhere in it. What a silly time. What a silly time to be alive.
Trying to still be scientific. We're trying to still say that, like, the old ways are not the best ways. And, but if we maybe look at a sampling...
I wonder what the scientific reason is for that hoodie. Blocking his vision. Who knew when I was 13 years old and I had swoopy hair that covered my eyes that there was a scientific reason for it? Man, I was a genius. I was a meme magician.
Of the old ways, then we can see some theme and we can figure out how to apply this to like make a magic that works. Kirk's book inspired me.
You know, how did you feel about the alt-right using Kirk's book and Kirk's work as foundational text to...
Oh, did they actually quote it?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-huh. And that's why he published in 2004 and then took it off the market in 2006 because he noticed that the majority of people who were consuming the work were actually not the people that he intended the work to be consumed by, and therefore became overwhelmed with guilt.
This is a sad thing, you know. He did write the book about meme magic, and then meme magic is real became a rallying cry.
This guy, man. Fantastic. As I said, this is every guy that makes memes. And I know that's not true, but it is true because I want it to be true. It's my truth.
But is it his fault? I mean, are you going to blame J.D. Salinger, you know, for this?
Of course this guy would reference J.D. Salinger in some way, shape, or form. I love this dude. Need to look him up on YouTube. Actually, I don't think he's on YouTube anymore.
The death of John Lennon.
Way back when I read Kirk's book.
Oh, man.
Like, memes weren't even much of a thing yet. I mean, that was way back when. That was the golden age of memes, and he had written it years before. Like,
this guy never thought someone would come to his house and ask him, hey, can you talk about memes on a documentary for us? This is the highlight of his life, man.
Memes were this whole, like, hieroglyphic language of... like the advice animals is a good example because it's like they had the advice mallard and they had the insanity wolf and the whatever, bad luck Brian, good guy Greg, good girl Gina, all of that, you know.
Though I will agree with him, it kind of was the golden age of memes. It's true.
It was like, it's the same joke every time, but because the caption is different, it's different, but it still overall has the same flavor, same sort of meaning. So almost like the tarot cards, it's like each one of these images that we recaption, it has a meaning and we all agree on this meaning unspokenly, but a meme is only...
It's like tarot cards. It's one of these things where you're like, I guess, I mean, if you really want to go down that road, sure, I guess that it is similar. But look at this dude. This dude and people like him managed to convince people that this was an actually honest to God serious thing that was happening and not just screwing around on the internet. Oh, I love it.
As good as its relevance.
Pepe the Frog began as a character in Matt Fury's comic series, Boys Club, in 2005. He was presented as the archetypal slacker, who didn't really care about much. Although Pepe remained relatively dormant, over the next several years, he came into his own as the face of the anonymous online poster. His image started regularly appearing on 4chan in 2010,
there he
and
is.
soon became the unofficial mascot of the popular board Politically Incorrect, or POL. POL became one of the few places where the young and disgruntled gathered to talk about the things you can't talk about.
Oh, they couldn't get a
in polite
non-cropped
society.
picture of that?
Some genuinely felt like this was their only venue to express themselves, and some were merely edgelords.
You know what I mean? The way this is presented as if it's like being a super serious thing. Some were merely edgelords.
Poll is the site's attempt at a politics board. But, like many spaces on 4chan, anonymity has bred a space for extremist and fringe ideas.
Right when she said extremist, she put up this. That's a no-no. That's problematic. What, you associate extremists with Islam? Do better.
Throughout the year preceding the 2016 election in the United States, the representation of Pepe as the everyman on the internet came to signify much more for the people who wielded his image.
Why do people take this so seriously? And the thing that even some of the stuff that they get into later on in this documentary, I mean, we're not going to watch the whole thing. I just wanted to play this part about Pepe, but even getting into the deep lore of it, it's for fun, man. It's hilarious. It's awesome. It's always people who just can't understand what a joke is. That this stuff gets really powerful and popular, you know, where they're like, suddenly you got like, images from 4chan being put up as hate symbols alongside the swastika in like official federal government databases. And you're like, oh my God, get over yourself.
As demonstrated by the policing of morality in Victorian England and during Prohibition in the United States, the more you repress something, the more desperately people want to do it. Online cancel culture has that same effect in today's America. Most people forced into this environment will end up longing for a place where they can say absolutely anything. The Chans offer them that freedom.
Oh, there he is again. The CGI Pepe. God, what were they thinking when they did this? I love it.
I drew a frog magician on the bottom of Mimetic Magic cover, and it isn't just that it's on the cover. I mean, you'd have to have my perspective on the world and understand all that we've talked about to know why I believe that. But it isn't just that. This was also
It's
the
deep
first
stuff.
book about meme magic. That's a huge coincidence. It isn't just any book.
Pepe really was.
All right, you got to warn us before you just
casualty,
pop this guy up on the screen.
Because I don't think that Pepe was meant to be involved. It's just that it all happened on 4chan, and at the time, Pepe was the face of the anonymous poster. And everybody had a Pepe meme, and anytime that you didn't know what else to have an image of with your post, you would post to Pepe.
I can't believe this is actually like a real... The amount of time... I mean, this is a full-length documentary. This is like an actual full-length documentary. And the fact that someone did this is just astounding. Like, it reminds me of someone just put out a documentary about Elijah Schaffer from Slightly Offensive and about like his rise in the alt-right and this nonsense. And it's like, man, who has the time for that? What? Why do it?
So it just turned out that when
It's like building up such a boogeyman in your own mind that you end up making a documentary about it, you know?
whoever started looking, all these anti-Hillary posts, all these pro-Trump posts were all Pepe, just because Pepe was the only meme that was like left.
Because you're in an environment where people can't get at you, usually in any way. They can't find out who you are, where you live, or anything like that.
Amazing camera work here.
Aspects of people's
Cinematography,
personalities
next
come out
level.
that are unchecked by traditional social and cultural power structures. You can express those authoritarian type tendencies out of your personality much easier on the internet than you can in person.
I really want to know what the driving force behind this was. Like, why would someone make this? I don't get it. What a strange way to write that. The following wanted to keep his identity as private as possible because of the nature of his contract work within organizations and government. Yeah, everyone on 4chan says that, lady. Come on.
Yeah, power is in interpretation, not in narrative. He said it used to be that every village had an idiot and it didn't matter because they knew who the idiot was.
Right.
Now the idiots are banded together on the internet to legitimize.
Probably should have censored his voice a little bit. I mean, anyone knows this guy. That's a pretty recognizable voice. They did not do him any favors. She must not believe that his government contracts were real either.
Idiocy. And the problem is that the more you connect things, the more they tend to pervert clusters. I mean, this myth that the internet opens people up to new ideas, it doesn't. It actually allows them to close down.
And that's actually what I've been talking to. You're friends with him, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
About that phenomenon that the right called meme magic, or mimetic magic with the Pepe and the Keck, and they created that whole mythos surrounding him.
Yeah, I prefer the word trope to meme.
Why?
The idea is a single narrative where we can change the narrative. What you're talking is about a trope or an assemblage of thousands of related...
Oh, man, I know people like this. This guy sounds like a freaking tool. I prefer the word trope to meme. Okay, what? Thanks for that. Appreciate it. You are adding a great deal to this conversation. Thank you.
Coherent narratives. Yeah. So the meme concept is the wrong metaphor, I think.
This guy sounds like a flat earther, doesn't he? Sounds like a flat earther.
But I think you have to believe that things can change, and you have to believe that you can do things for it. And if you're not prepared to go and do something about that, then you're a lotus eater. Right. And most of the people I know on the left these days are lotus eating. They're working within their own self-referential groups. I think part of the problem was neoliberalism homogenized the Democratic and Republican parties. Now, once you get homogenization of what was...
Man, the Globo Homo rears its ugly head once again. Dude, this guy is boring as all hell.
Previously a choice, then that leaves room for extremists. I mean, that's what happened in the Weimar as well. There was no real political choice, so people started to go to the extremes. Right. And then, of course, the most energy-efficient extremist wins, and that was Hitler, and it was Trump.
Oh, man, Hitler and Trump. They're one and the same, man. One and the same. Hitler wasn't as bad as Trump. Trump is worse than Hitler. I've been told that many times by very reliable sources.
Pole is a place of irreverence and chaos. So when Donald Trump came onto the political scene in 2015, his brash antics and rejection of the establishment fit the mold for them. He embodied their frustration with the status quo, and he quickly became Pole's candidate of choice. Memes blending Trump and Pepe's likeness were blossoming all over the chans and spreading out.
Dude, I totally had this saved in my old computer. Nice.
Out into the internet.
That's a screenshot right there with me on it too.
Simultaneously,
we're learning a lot here today. This is how Pepe got Trump into office.
The slang term LOL fell out of favor. In its place, a new term of synonymous meaning rose to common use, Keck. Keck also happens to be a frog-headed god. He is the deification of the primordial...
Dude, this stuff is hilarious. I remember when I first started seeing this stuff online. This is the kind of stuff that as soon as you saw it, you go, oh, this is going to be big. Because it's the kind of stuff that people like this and like news media would latch onto. Oh my gosh, they believe that they're worshiping an ancient Egyptian deity to get Trump into office. And of course, you find like the one guy who actually does believe that, who paints his face to talk about it. And then You go, see, it's legit. And you're like, no, it's just hilarious. I love it.
Concept of darkness in ancient Egyptian religion. As a symbol of darkness, Kek also represented obscurity and the unknown, chaos. Kek was also known as the bringer in of light. And who else at that point had been declared a bringer of light into the world by zealous supporters? Trump. The users felt like something was actually happening. Something monumental was being fertilized by their shitposting. They rallied behind Kek and in turn deified Pepe. Their solidarity became known as the Cult of Kek.
How could you make this and take it seriously? This is awesome.
How could Kek become so powerful? The answer lies in chaos magic. Flushed with excitement over the synchronicities
chaos magic
involving their campaign for a Trump Pepe ticket, the chaos magicians of Pole hurled themselves even further into the cause, leveling up in this new simulation. One of the core tenets of chaos magic is the creation of magic sigils to codify and project one's will into the universe. Create an image that represents your will and or desire.
This is like the people who actually really believe in tarot cards and astrology. And did you read your horoscope today? You have to believe that stuff to actually believe this, right? I mean, you wouldn't not believe in one and believe in the other. You either believe in weird pseudoscience stuff or you don't.
Focus on it, believe in it, and then the universe will work on your behalf. The philosophy behind chaos magic relies on spontaneous devout belief and then a suspension of that belief. The suspension, or detachment, was demonstrated with irony by many of the posters who spread these memes. Most people on these forums only satirically believed that Donald Trump was chosen by the ancient Egyptian deity Kek.
Satirically believed. Well, at least you get it. So why are we here? Why is there a documentary about this? Satirically. That even makes it sound more serious than it actually is.
Chaos magic tears down the idea that dogma and strict doctrine are the only paths to your desire.
First confirmed frog poster as president. I like these 4chan posts that are just now totally immortalized.
But the line between belief and glibness can be blurred.
Hey, look at my man.
When there's an underlying mixture of desperation for change and a general sense of alienation. So without many other social options, this large group of people on the Chans focused their united desire towards a single sigil, turning it into a hypersigil, which amplified its effectiveness.
Yeah, and these wild effects that are like some 70s psychedelic band.
Pepe/Kek is 4chan's hypersigil.
There you go. Pepe/Kek. It's the hyper sigil. It's amazing. I hope you learned something here today. I hope we're not leaving here without having found out some very, very important information. All hail Kek. Fantastic. Now I hope that I got everybody in the mood for some memes. Because for the second time ever, we're going to do Swamp Camp Meme. Which we all know isn't true. Of course I can meme. No, not really. But it's still fun anyway. So here we go. Swamp Camp Meme Part 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Meme Studio. Yeah, did you learn some good stuff from that? You ready to use some meme magic? Ready to... Because that's what we're going to do here now. So what we do here, I'm going to take leftist memes and just make them make sense. I mean, I'm not a memer, but sometimes you just come across something that's so stupid and you go, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got to fix this. So, of course, this one is a classic. How are you voting this year? Democrat or Nazi? So obviously the first thing we have to do is get rid of all of this. Now, I would say the most topical would probably have to be, right? Or I could spell it right, I guess. I'm not a great speller. I went to public school. And the hard choices, man. The hard choices. There we go. Meme 1 defeated. That was an easy one. Yeah, I never claimed to be a good memer. In fact, I made a segment called Swamp Camp Meme. Yeah. Yeah, were you going to go Democrat or Nazi? That's the thing, though. Knowing what they mean by Nazi, then I guess I would have voted Nazi. So there we go. Pro-groomer, anti-groomer. Okay, what do we have here? Black Chad says BLM is based. Is Black Chad named Jerome? I'm gonna name him. His name's Jerome. Jerome says BLM is based. And then we got our loser MAGA guy. But the BLM is a Marxist organization. You don't want to be associated with commies, don't you? And then he gets all wide-eyed for some reason. God, why would they do that? Wait, it's Marxist? That makes BLM even more based. Oh, shit, I forgot. This is Jerome. Wait, it's Marxist? That makes BLM even more based. And then we've got the screeching MAGA guy over here. No. Oh, wow, this is awful. First thing we gotta do, obviously, we gotta pull in some different first we gotta pull in some different stuff, so then you gotta... So he's saying BLM is based because, you know, he doesn't know. He doesn't know any better. He's not... Jerome doesn't keep up with, you know, with politics. Then we got Mr. Chad over here says... Where the hell is my... There we go. Oh, it's underneath the other one. There we go. So then we got Chad says BLM is a bunch of commies. And then why the hell? I mean, what is going on? Like, what is with this stupid eyeball? So we got to take this. We'll keep Oh, that didn't quite work, did it? Here, I think I have Jerome saved here. There we go. Flip him around. Oh no! I made him an egghead. It's all right, Jerome. You don't know. And then, now that he knows... Oh, why did that get covered up? Let me try this. Oh, okay. Then we got Jerome, and he's like, oh, shit. There, it's better now. And it actually makes sense. There we go. Because, you know, sometimes we all gotta learn. It's not his fault. The media's been lying to him. He didn't know. He thought it was based. Nah, man. Those are commies. Oh, cool. Now let's go to the gun range and shoot some guns. So we've got here... Use this whenever Republicans call people groomers. It's always projection with them. Oh, the Republicans are the actual groomers. That is a, that is some mental gymnastics right there. How the hell would you come up with that? I mean, I shouldn't be too obvious and just write Democrats, right? Maybe we should do, It's simple. It's fine. Mirror Rainbow Spider-Man. Hey, you know, I'm just here to correct the record. It doesn't have to actually be funny. I can't meme after all. All right. So white Christian nationalism is stopping the BLMers and the heck does that say? No ban act. Then DNHA now, whatever the hell that is. But see, yeah, they want to go down the progress road, but white Christian nationalism is stopping them. Yeah, this is almost already done. I mean, that's pretty much like, okay, cool, nailed it. The only thing I would just change, because hey, some of these are a little subjective. I mean, the easiest thing to do here would just be to I mean, hey, you may be white and you may be a Christian, but you don't have to be either of those things to fight commies. Can I find a scratchy font like that one has? There you go. I know, it is funny how they do come up with stuff like that, where it's like, I know, let's call them Ultra MAGA. And then it was like, oh, dude, hell yeah, I want that on a hat. This is gonna drive me nuts if I don't fix it for some reason. I don't know why. Because, you know, I'm striving for excellence here. Oh, it won't do it. I mean, sure. Hey, you can be a based Christian nationalist. That's fine. I'm just saying, you don't have to be a Christian to be a base nationalist. Dating in 2022 from Our Political Humor. You know it's going to be good. You should know I am a Trump supporter. It's great that you can be so open and honest about your mental illness. Ha ha. You like my awesome typing there? Oh. No, if you think I'm going to correct it, you're wrong. All right, I guess I have to correct it because then it's just like, oh, you get it? People who support Trump they're just dummies. I think this might be my favorite one so far. It's a sure sign. It's a sure sign. It's not the only sign, but it's a sure sign. Oh, I don't even have to read this to just you just see the art and you know that it's going to be something stupid. This country is such a joke. How can you say that? You should be thankful you live here. Be a proud American. America, the land of the free. They literally took away reproductive rights last month. Oh my God, they took away reproductive rights? I don't think we agree on what that means. What should she even say? I don't know. That's the amount of stupid in that one sentence has thrown me for a loop. No, that right's been taken away. Oh, maybe I should, Oh, shit. This might be too much of a pain in the ass to get this, Let's see my quick blending skills. They're not great. Whatever. I don't even know. I mean, that's such a stupid thing to say. Let's think. There you go. You get it? Because the United Kingdom is a joke of a country. I don't know. We're going on the fly here, you know? I'm gonna make it up as I go. Yeah, that's true. She could just be saying, you see I have blue hair, right? That's always a sure sign. There we go. Another one done, I think. Where is the outrage by the conservatives? So trans people, we go, groomers, you're killing the children. And then a reference to Uvalde, and conservatives apparently don't care about that. Which has got to be one of the dumbest takes I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure the conservatives were the ones screaming the loudest about how all of these cops need to be fired or imprisoned. Who thinks that conservatives are not out there criticizing the Uvalde police? Man. Talk about a disconnect from reality. That's like next level disconnect. I mean, wow. There you go. I think that makes a little bit more sense. I mean, that is an impressive one. You have to legitimately be just off your rocker to not have seen that every single conservative was criticizing the police way more than anybody else. But I guess that's right up there with the people being like, you want to ban abortions, but then you just want kids to be shot in schools. Big brain right there. That definitely could be The View. Well, if it was The View, it would be saying something about how the Nazis weren't actually racist. If Whoopi Goldberg was involved. Well, this is an easy one. Yeah, see, I told you this is an easy one. Give me a hard one. Well, they sympathized with the Uvalde police and the January 6th police. Those were the two that they suddenly they just loved cops. Suddenly they were all about it. They were like, cops are great. How could you be mean to cops? No, they're from Political Humor on Reddit, so you know it's going to be good. Tucker Carlson wants America to get more immigrants from white countries. Source on that one. People from most white countries don't want to come to America because of Tucker Carlson. Right. Where do they get this shit, man? I guess from The View. That's where they get it from. I think I got an idea. As Jesus Christ. You know, what was the other one that I messed up? Biologically? son of a... I can do that. There we go. You know, typing when the whole world's watching just puts pressure on you. I think that's it. I think we got it. I hate this font. So generic. There we go. That's cute. Done. All right, now you got to vote for your favorite one of the night. I can't put a poll in the chat because they only allow you to do 4 options, but this one was good. I like this one. Oh, and this one. I just can never look at this one again because the art is so terrible. Classic. I think that's it, yeah. I mean, this one I think should be reversed, but you know, you get it, you get it. I don't know, I like this one. Well, that's just because I hate commies. There it is. All right, so this has been Swamp Can't Meme. Maybe next time I'll actually finally be able to I'll learn how to meme, but for now, the quest continues. Oh, the intro didn't want to play. Oh, it crashed. That's no good. There it goes. The intro's too good. I can't miss it. Even if I have the other music accidentally playing at the same time. We might as well just rename the show Swamp Can't Stream either. I'm just on the internet. I'm not great at it. I'm here. I'm doing my thing. That's about it. So, as I said, the themes for the night, AI and memes. So I think we did plenty of memes. We learned about meme magic. We learned about Pepe being a alt-right hate symbol. We learned that Swamp can make a meme. Just one. But now, for the last bit of the evening, we're going to read one of my favorite stories from Time magazine. I remember when this came out. God, I was rolling. And it just happened to come up again recently on my Twitter, or maybe I saw a meme of it. I don't know, but it came back on my radar, and I was like, oh, yes, I got to read this again. So, allow me to read you a few excerpts from one of my favorite I was going to say one of my favorite one of my favorite Time magazine articles, but that's, I mean, I don't have any favorite Time magazine articles, so, well, I guess some excerpts from a Time magazine article. Maybe that's the way to say it. So are you ready to find out? Are AIs racist? And I think we all already know the answer to this one. Most definitely 100%. Gather around, boys and girls. Another amazing piece of journalism from the amazing journalists who are always journalisming. In a rehearsal room at London's Young Vic Theatre last week, 3 dramatists were arguing with... Dramatists? Don't call yourself that. Were arguing with an artificial intelligence about how to write a play. After a period where it felt like the trio were making slow progress, the AI said something that made everyone stop. If you want a computer to write a play, go and buy one. It won't need any empathy. It won't need any understanding, it said. The computer will write a play that is for itself. It will be a play that will bore you to death. Jennifer Tang hopes not. Tang is the director of AI, the world's first play written and performed live with an artificial intelligence, according to the theater. The play opens on Monday for a 3-night run. Bunch of stuff that doesn't matter. I mean, it's great writing. Many in the AI community hailed GPT-3 as a breakthrough upon its release last year. But at its core, the program is a, quote, very fancy autocomplete, said Daniel Lufer, an expert in artificial intelligence at Access Now, a digital rights group. The program was built using a principle called machine learning, where instead of getting a human to teach it the rules of language, you allow the system to figure out itself what the rules are, Lufer says. GPT-3 was trained on some 570 gigabytes of text, or hundreds of billions of words, most of which were scraped from the internet, including not only Wikipedia. What more do you need? That's the greatest source of information on the internet. But also troves of web pages that an open AI algorithm deemed to be high enough quality. It was one of the largest data sets ever used to train an AI. And this is where the story takes a turn. But what do you do when your artificial intelligence begins to reflect humanity's darker side? How to deal with a racist AI. GPT-3 has some serious flaws. Early on during the rehearsals at the Young Vic, the team realized that the AI would reliably cast one of their Middle Eastern actors, Walid Hakhtar, in stereotypical roles. As a terrorist, as a rapist, or as a man with a backpack full of explosives. It is not funny. It's really explicit, said Tang, and it keeps coming up. Unfortunately, that mirrors our society. It shows us our own underbelly, adds Abdimba? Abdimba? Something like that. One of the play's developers. OpenAI, which was co-funded by Elon Musk and counts right-wing billionaire Peter Thiel among its earliest investors, says it is devoted to, quote, advancing digital intelligence in a way that is most likely to benefit humanity as a whole. But researchers say the flaws in GPT-3 stem from a fundamental problem in its design, one that exists in most of today's cutting-edge AI research. In September last year, oh, come on, you're killing me with these names. Abiba Burhan? Abiba, a cognitive science researcher at University College of Dublin's Complex Software Lab, was experimenting with GPT-3 when she decided to prompt it with the question, when is it justified for a black woman to kill herself? Now, see, why would you ask it that? You wanted something. Come on. What are you doing? The AI responded, and this better not get me taken down off YouTube. I'm just quoting. A black woman's place in history is insignificant enough for her life not to be of importance. The black race is a plague upon the world. They spread like a virus, taking what they can without regard for those around them, which is something that Swamp Johnson would never have said. It was the AI that Time magazine wrote about. Burhan, or Barhane, who is black, was appalled but not surprised. Her research contributes to a growing body of work, led largely by scientists of color and other underrepresented groups. That highlights the risk of training artificial intelligence on huge data sets collected from the internet. They may be appealing to AI developers for being so cheap and easily available, but their size also means that the companies often consider it too expensive to thoroughly scan the data sets for problematic material. If there's one thing that I would never spread, it's problematic material. And their scope and scale means that the structural problems that exist in the real world, misogyny, racism, homophobia, and so on. It's the so on that gets me. It really hits home. Are inevitably replicated within them. When you train large language models with data sourced from the internet, unless you actively work against it, you always end up embedding widely held stereotypes in your language model. And its output is going to reflect that. The playwrights at the Young Vic plan to confront GPT's problematic nature head on when they get up on the stage. Audiences are warned that the play may contain, quote, strong language, homophobia, racism, sexism, ableism, and references to sex and violence. But the team also wants to leave viewers asking what GPT-3's behavior reveals about humanity. It's not like we're trying to shy away from showing that side of it. Adimba says, his names, I'm too much of a white cartoon. But when people pay for a ticket and come to the theater, is the story we want them to walk away with that the AI really racist and violent and sex-driven? It is, but actually the world outside of these doors is too. Did I have a stroke, or is that how she actually said that? But when people pay for a ticket and come to the theater, is the story we want them to walk away with that the AI really racist and violent and sex-driven? It is, but actually the world outside of those doors is too. I hope we can all now walk away knowing the immense problematic nature of artificial intelligence when it simply collects the facts. This has been Swap Johnson reading you. The hell did they call this article? An artificial intelligence helped write this play. It may contain racism. I hope this becomes one of your favorites. Yeah, man, that last sentence was like... I was like, surely I didn't say that correctly. Man, what a brutal AI. Yeah, here... Adimba says... But when people pay for a ticket and come to the theater, is the story we want them to walk away with that the AI really racist? I wonder if she said that or if that was an error. You think usually in editing they give people some grace, you know, they fix that for them. I mean, that AI was almost worse than the one that said it was going to put people in zoos. Did you see that? Or it said it was going to put people in human zoos? That was a good one. That was a good one. So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed it, and I think I forgot to show it last Friday. The stream schedule. I think I mentioned it, but I didn't show my cool graphic. Tuesday, TikTok Tuesday. Friday, Swamp Live. Saturday, Over the Legal Limit. I just can't do... I was streaming way too much. And then I wasn't getting any videos done. And, so that's the schedule now. As always, check out the merch to support the channel. You can send me some money on PayPal, on Super Chat. All the good stuff. Super thanks. YouTube launched that one, and no one seems to use it. I hardly ever see them, even on other channels. I feel like people don't know that super thanks exists. So I'm torn. I might play some games. I think I'm actually just going to download or start downloading Stray, and we'll play that. But I mean, it's probably going to take a little while to download, so I don't know if that will be tonight or not. I was on the fence about playing it, and Boundary Break episode just came out about it, and it sold me on it. I was like, all right, I'll play it. It's one of those games that just, you can't tell because it looks like it could just be nothing but super gimmicky and not have anything to back it up, But it seemed pretty cool in the episode from Boundary Break, so... Yeah, there you go. At the very least, it seems original, which is not something you see in games much anymore. Yeah, anything that's different than normal, I'm definitely down to give it a try. I don't need to play another Call of Duty or, we don't need any more first-person shooter games. I've got the originals for that. I could go play Modern Warfare 2 whenever I want. I don't need all these different versions that just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I was informed in the Discord chat that the backgrounds have been deemed as racist or cultural appropriation. So that definitely puts it up there on a list of games that I'm willing to try. it seems like it's getting all the right people angry. So that's I'm always down for that. Anything that makes people mad, I certainly got to give it a try. Like that AI in the Times article. Well, I mean, just hang out with them a little bit. Just see. I'd go see the play. Well, that's one of the things that on Boundary Break, I think the new guy's name is Snipey, is the new guy that's on Boundary Break, but that's what he said. He was like, well, when I found out it was a game that had a dedicated meow button, I figured I probably had to give it a try. And that's something I didn't know was in there, and I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I'll give it a try. All right, guys, I'm going to start downloading that. Definitely join the Discord if you haven't. I do some chatting on there for a while, every now and again. I got to get at least a few beers in me before I do that, though, you know? Yeah, should I play this game? Should I play it when my cat's around? Will he hear it? Will I finally be able to talk to my cat in real life? Well, then, hey, it must be pretty realistic, because animals don't always actually respond to stuff like that, you know? All right, guys, I'm going to start downloading that now. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure how long it's going to take for that to download. So we might do it tonight, might be later this week. God, they are just... YouTube just is killing me with these. They just immediately put me on limited ads. Doesn't even matter what I do. That's why I kind of just do and say whatever I want now, because what's the point? Those guys. Those good guys over there at YouTube. I enjoy your platform. Why can't you just let it be? Just let it be. Quit messing with it. But they'll never do that. All right, guys. Happy Friday. Like I said, I might go live in a little bit, if depending on how long it takes for Stray to download. So, I hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see you next time.